So, like, if they ever do confront me again about if I have a social media or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I already lied to them. So I'm gonna be like, nah, dude, like, I lied to you like last time and I felt really bad about it, but I block you and I block a lot of people because I just don't like weirdo, nosy people or people who are gonna change their attitude or opinion just because they see another side of someone, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
or people who are gonna see something and then completely switch up because they know they like that weird. They know they think this way or because they like a certain thing, you know? Or completely switch
Mm-hmm.
up just because they do a certain thing or hang out with certain people, you know, or have a certain
So,
opinion.
so you're gonna tell them that basically that you block them because you don't want them to judge you or give you their like foul opinions.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they can. I don't know if that's a bad way to look at it, because I mean that's part of it, but there's more to it. Like I said, like there's been multiple instances like that one I just told you how she would. She knows she's like she saw a picture of me somewhere with the girl,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and she's just like,
beating around the bush.
yeah, like bro, why do all that? Like you're weird. You're weird.
Yeah, I
Like
would have
that
been
that,
like, bro,
that
just
bugs.
ask me if you want to know.
Yeah, like that bugs.
That's a little weird.
But I don't know. Like yeah, I just don't know how how I'm gonna bring it up or if it's ever gonna get brought up. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to be honest with them.
Yeah, if it does.
Like yo, I blocked you guys because I don't want you guys to be nosy about my life. Like that's straight up, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't like nosy people.
I don't think it makes them nosy, but I think the way to put it, like, because I feel like they would get offended if you called them nosy. I feel like just be like,
I know, but it's like, who are your parents? Like, okay,
just be
bitch.
like, yeah, but it's more personal, like, it's more of a personal thing. It's like friends,
But
not
like, it's not
family.
even personal though. Like, nothing personal. I just don't want to deal with that. Like, it's not like
But
against you.
you're not, at least for most people, they don't have that problem because your bubbles are kind of merged. There's a social life and a family life, and keeping them separate is important. I feel like you don't always have to keep them separate. Sometimes it works, but like in that instance, I would just keep them separate to save you the stress.
You know, like I'm not even down with all that. Like, why? You know, like I don't
Yeah,
want to deal with that stress. You're spitting. Like I don't. I'm not down. Like why have all these? Like
and
exactly
just
that.
tell them to respect that.
Like
Just be like,
that specific situation. Like I didn't want to get questioned or be all weird about it because that just
yeah,
made me cringe. Like
yeah,
ew. Like you're weird for that. I don't know, man.
yeah. Just tell them like, I don't want to merge my social and family life. You know.
Cause see that goes hand in hand with being fake, bro. Cause I'm not fake. I'm 100%. Like I'm honest with my
Mm-hmm.
family too, but I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I go do acid at fucking raves. Like they're
Yeah.
gonna feel like I'm super wrong about certain things. But I think it's a like I don't want to be like some Naruto or Boruto. Like I'm a new generation. I'm a new breed. But like I am, bro. Like I don't do
Yeah.
weed like my dad does weed. That fool smoke weed to be weird and get high and then do meth and like go rob people. You know, steal cars. Like I'm here
Yeah.
smoking weed and playing Overwatch, reading the Bible, going to church, playing drums, like going on a hike. You
We
know,
should
like
play Overwatch soon.
yeah, like I'm going to raise for the music to dance. You know, to feel the vibrations, not to do, not to be all weird and do drugs and be all high and dance on girls. You know, be all weird. Like no, like
Mm-hmm.
I really am a different person when it comes down to that type of stuff. Like my intent is so different than what your guys' intent is or how you think my intent is going towards, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a weirdo like you. And I feel like if they saw me at rave smoking my weed, doing my acid dancing, they're really just gonna see, what are you doing? You're a raver doing drugs, the devil, you know, like, bro, like you have no clue how much glory I give to God at raves. Like you don't even know. Like you literally don't even know. Like you're just false judging right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like or when I post a certain music that I like, I post a lot of music. You know, like I don't know, man. I give a certain opinion sometimes. You know, like they're gonna be all weird about it. Like I'm not
Yeah,
down. I'm not down with that. I'm not down with that.
yeah, I agree. That's why I have my dad blocked as well, and my mom.
See, that's what it's not even personal either.
It's just normal. I don't want
Yes,
them involved in my social life.
yes. It's not even like I'm not trying to be fake or anything. Like I'll be 100%. Ask me, but I'm
Yeah,
not gonna fucking be straight up telling you. Yeah, I go to Ridge and do acid.
it's
Ah,
kind of like
no,
it's
mames.
kind of like you don't speak to them the way you speak to your friends. You know,
I don't know about
like
that.
you don't,
I obviously
or
there's
like when you're in game, you know how you're like, fuck you, bitch ass motherfucker. I hope you die of cancer. You don't speak to your parents like that.
yeah
You
you
kind of have
don't.
respect. You're just like, fine, you know, and you put up whatever act.
See, this putting like that's when it comes down to being fake. Like one
It's not
time,
being fake
there's been
though. It's
people
just
who tell me
keeping the, you
like
know.
you and some other people are one of the only people who I've never seen switch up in front of anyone. Like you're 100% yourself, authentic in front of any crowd. Like you never switch up, and I'm like that's what I'm going for. And I feel like with this situation, does that stifle that? Does that make me not act the way I act normally in front of
That doesn't
everyone?
make you fake though.
Okay, good. Like
It doesn't
I
make
don't
you
know if
fake.
I question that because I
You're
hate being
tripping too
fake.
hard about
I
it.
hate being like fake and like
Yeah.
giving like I'm all about real. Like I want to be 100% human. There's no point in lying and being behind the bush.
Hmm.
You know. So when I had to lie to her, I was like,
Yeah.
no,
But
you
then
were the chosen one.
you could also make the argument that you don't want them to know what you're doing because you believe subconsciously, perhaps consciously, that what you're doing is bad.
It's not
Because it's
even
not.
bad though.
I
It's
know,
just
but
viewed as bad. Like
I know.
people, their generation just sees that as sin, the devil, weird. But like it's not even like that, bro. Like what you're doing was weird. Your generation was doing that shit
Like
weird.
meth and shit, robbing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, fool. Like the pandemic, like all that. Like man, dog.
Maybe you could try to teach them that. You
I
could.
try to. I tell them. I give a little sprinkle. I'll be
Cause
like, I think it's about intent. Like when
you.
I go to raves, like my stepmom, we were talking about it. She was like, "Do you think the rave is the devil?" And I'm like, "Do you really want to get into that?" She was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, no, but just like everything else, it could be twisted. I've been to Slipknot festivals and punk shows, and I'm like, okay,
But some raves even be displaying like demons and shit on TV, like spitting
like
fire.
that's
That is a
certain
little
like
weird.
sudden death.
I
Fuck
would,
that fool.
if
That
I was
fool's
tripping,
weird.
I'd be like, "What the fuck? Get me out of
Yeah,
here!"
dude. Like, there's this fool named Sudden Death. He literally has like people chopping heads off and shit. I'm like, bro, this is
That's like a weird
music.
image.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this isn't punk. Like, puro rock and roll. No mames way. You know, like the people biting rats head off type of punk shit. Like,
Yeah.
okay, buddy. Like that's a little weird. That's a little ill will. You know, that's not like.
Mhm.
But that I mean, who's to say that's just not another side of a twisted coin? You know, you go to rave, that's not really the feel, but I mean, drugs and being out of consciousness and girls shaking their ass on you and people being weird and shit, like that's not exactly good either.
I feel like,
It's just a different type of bad.
especially acid though. I feel like that kind of puts you in more of a spiritual realm.
Dude, acid's
You're
crazy.
open to all that shit, you know.
Dude, this, this, acid's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
just,
wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't do it.
because you don't know though, that's the thing. The
I
times
mean,
I've done acid, I've seen God. God spoke to me. Like I've understood God way
I've heard
more.
people saying that, but I feel comfortable enough, you know,
That's what it takes.
with
It's not for
this.
everyone.
I
It's not
know.
for everyone. Psychedelics in general are deep. People just don't see it as deep. So when they take
No,
it,
I
they flip the fuck
understand.
out.
I used to do shrooms a lot.
Yeah, but that's more natural. That's like
Yeah, that's why I
that's
didn't.
straight. that's straight from the earth or whatever, you know.
Yeah, that's why I did them, and I feel like it taught me more lessons than it ever got me high.
Yeah, shrooms are crazy, man. That's the realm that's the spiritual realm.
As
Like
well,
people
yeah.
be seeing demons and shit. Like the trips and the entities are
The
demons.
last one I saw was bad. That's why I stopped doing it.
Yeah, dude.
I was
See?
like, it was literally a lesson. It taught me don't do drugs, like, cause I had that mindset. That was the first time I had that mindset of taking shrooms to get high. I always took them to learn something or to ground myself, shit like that. And when I was like, oh, I'm gonna take them and get high, I remembered, bro, like I took them, and like 30 minutes into the trip, that line that I said in my head, like, you know how you can hear yourself in your head? Like when I ate the shrooms in my head, I was like, oh, these are gonna get me fucked up, like hyped. And then like 30 minutes later, I started hearing that play in my head, like, oh, these are gonna get me fucked up, like, but 1,000 times, like, all over, bro. And I was like, oh fuck, bro, like, this isn't even good, like, I don't need this.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I can and should
it
enjoy
just
life
takes
the
that
way
one
God
time.
intends to.
It just takes that one time. Maybe God was trying to be like, yeah, fool, calm down. You know,
Definitely.
like I don't know. I don't know yet. The one time I remember, I think I overdid it, and God was like, "Alright, fool, chill." Was when on my anniversary with my ex,
Hmm.
I was trying to sleep, bro, and I couldn't. Like I was too high on acid, and every time I would knock out, I heard like sinister clown honk, like bonk 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 bonk, like in my ears, like
Hmm.
back and forth. That wouldn't let me sleep. Like they wouldn't let me sleep. Like I sleep, and then every time I knock out, the clowns would like
It's
wake
like
me up.
laughing at you, like not
Yeah,
letting you. It's like, look what you did.
yeah,
Look where you got
and I
yourself.
was like, God, por favor, like I'm
Hmm.
sorry, bro. Like I won't do it this much next time. Like, cause
Yeah.
the second time I took it, I was like, fuck it, bro. Like fuck it, I'm not gonna have another chance to do it. Let's just take it all.
Hmm.
And that shit kicked my ass, bro. I was tripping. I was like, like I literally was like. Like I couldn't sleep. The clowns, bro. The clowns were honking at me, bro. I couldn't
That's crazy.
sleep. I literally was like, alright, bro, I'm sorry, God. Bro, like,
I
help me
understand.
sleep.
Yeah.
So I understand the whole, like, I really do think it's about intent. Why you're doing it, but
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna know that. I don't think they're gonna see it that way.
You know what's crazy? What actually made my dad understand, like, that weed isn't terrible, like, what it took for that was my brother dying, overdosing. Before, before he overdosed, it was like, drugs are the devil, weed is the devil, all that shit's bad. But then after he died, it was like, fuck, everyone was like, fuck, man, he should have just stuck to weed. Should have just stuck to weed. And that's what it
What a
took my
mind
dad.
switch, bro.
Yeah. It took that for my dad to kind of understand. He still doesn't like it, but he's not like gonna be like, stop smoking weed, that shit's bad. Because he knows it is a way to cope sometimes. Like that's why I did it, because I didn't want to get on anxiety meds. I started, smoking weed.
It's fire, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
I
I
definitely
don't
did
know.
overdo it for some
Me
time though.
too. I feel like I'm overdoing it right now. But I do try really hard to like, okay, thank you God for this weed, thank you
Yeah.
God. Like I don't know, man. Like I really do be waking up and I want to get high sometimes. Like I'm just so sad soon. Like that sounds
Yeah.
so bad to say, bro.
I know, but that's because the blanket it gives you, like you've dealt with everything high, so it's kind of like you don't
Whatever.
understand how to
It's like
without it.
yeah, it's like fuck it. Like why not? Let's just
I
be
know.
high. Who cares? Like
Yeah,
everything is just so.
I
Like
understand.
let's do it. Let's do it high.
Yeah,
I'm down.
I
Like I'm
understand
so
that,
down.
but I feel like if you can't, like, you need to learn how to deal with it like normal.